Hey guys, it's Peyton, and today I am going to be tier ranking every series I have read. I've been doing a series of tier ranking videos on my channel, and this is one of the requested videos that I received, doing every single series. I know A Clockwork Reader did this one, and that's what spurred my idea to do Cassandra Clare and Sarah J Maas's books, but now it is time to do every single series I've read, or every series I've almost finished, because there's some that I haven't read the last book, but I've read the majority of the series, so I kind of have a feeling about them, and I'm super excited to go ahead and get into that today. So let's just go ahead and get started in my tier ranking. So here we have it. Here is my list of tiers. I will read them off to you and explain them. So God tier, so the best one. Elite, oh, my boyfriend said good luck about my video. Thank you. Elite tier, good tier, average tier, okay tier, and trash tier. Normally I have a haven't read tier, but all of these books I've read, so what's the point? So we kind of know what's going on here. We have a whole list of books down here of all these series I've read. I'm sure I forgot something. These are all just books, series that I have on my shelves that I've read, because I'm sure I've read other things, you know, from the libraries and stuff when I was a kid, but this is just the general idea that I got going here. So the first one listed here is the Darker Shade of Magic series. I have only read the first two. It's a trilogy, so I haven't read the last book, so I thought I could count this because I've read the majority of it, and I've been really enjoying it. Neither book have I given a 5 stars, though, so I feel like if I haven't given them 5 stars, more 4.5 stars, I can't put them in, God tier. Definitely not. Elite tier, I want to because they're so good, but they are very slow paced and they take a while for you to get to the point. So maybe for now, I'm just going to put it in good tier. I feel really bad because those books are just on another level. It's adult fantasy series and it's really fantastic and well done, but I just haven't felt like it was a 5-star read with either two of the books that I've read from it. Then we have Shadow and Bone. This is the first book in the Grisha trilogy. I've only read the first 2 books in the Grisha trilogy, and I haven't continued to the third one. I want to eventually give it another try, but to be honest, I think these books are really just average. They're just not that impressive to me. I did read them when I was in middle school, and I'm sure I enjoyed them at the time, but looking back, I'm just they weren't that special for me. I have continued and read the first book, Six of Crows. It's a duology. I haven't read the second one yet, and I don't feel like I can count that for this video, because it's just, I don't know, I just don't think I can. I enjoyed that more than I did Shadow and Bone, but yeah, the Grisha trilogy is just pretty average for me, but maybe I'll reread it and love it a lot more eventually. Next is the Vampire Academy series. This is something I've actually read the whole thing for, and I've reread all the books recently last year and really loved it. So honestly, I feel weird about putting this above Darker Shade of Magic, but these are so nostalgic for me that we're gonna put it in elite because those shits, did I just call it shits? Those books were so juicy and fun in middle school, and rereading them, it was such a nostalgic, fun thing for me. So right now, it's an elite. Maybe I'll move it to good. It's really close to good, but also in the elite status. I don't know. Then we have Red Queen. I've read the first 2 books in this. I think it's a 4-book series, and I do hope to eventually continue on one day, but honestly, the books are pretty average looking back on them. Nothing too crazy special for me, but what I read was entertaining enough, obviously, because I read the first 2 and I just never ended up reading the third one, so maybe I'll audiobook reread them and continue on, but for now they're just pretty average for me. Next we have the Twilight series. I must confess, I only read up to the 3rd book, and I only read half of the 3rd book because I watched all the movies, and to be honest, this is one of those things where the movies, it gave you it. I didn't need to read all of that because they're giant books and it's just a lot. So I just never felt the need to finish that book. Maybe I'll give it another chance one day, but dude, I am trash for those movies. But the actual books, I'm gonna put in trash. Somebody's about to kill me for it, but the writing is really bad. Maybe I'll reread it and make a little thing about it, but for now it is in trash. But it's enjoyable trash. I give it that. It's something fun. A thing to look back on for sure. The next book we have is A Study in Charlotte. I've read the first 3 books in this series. There's just 1 book left, and I ended up really disliking the 3rd book. The whole series has just been pretty dry to me. I enjoy the 2 main characters, but other than that, the plot is just really lacking for me, and it is like a Sherlock Holmes gender bent reimagination thing, and you think the mysteries would be really good, but they're like really not. So it's in between average or okay. I feel bad about saying it's trash because I do think the characters kind of save it a little bit, but we're gonna put it in okay for now. Like, I didn't enjoy it all that much. The first 2 were decent. The 3rd one was just really hard to get through, and it was a really short book. And the 4th one, we'll see if I ever read it. I'll probably audiobook it. If anything, I accidentally pre-ordered it thinking I would want it. And now I'm mad because I bought that hardcover full price. It hurts. Next we have the To All the Boys I've Loved Before trilogy. I enjoy these books a lot, but I haven't reread them in a while. The 3rd one I actually don't like that much. It was pretty lackluster for me. It originally was supposed to be a duology, and then she added on for another book, and I honestly think the 3rd one was really unnecessary. The first 2 are super fun, so I'm gonna put it in good tier because I do think there is some great stuff in there. I love Laura Jean, and I love Peter and John Ambrose McLaren. If you've watched the 2nd movie, oh my god, Jordan Fisher, we love him. Next we have Harry Potter. What are we gonna say about that? That is, yeah, gonna be in God tier. Did I just realize the Hunger Games is not in this list? Whoa, I don't have the Hunger Games in this list. I made it myself. Okay, wait, real quick, we're gonna edit it. That was just a disgrace. Who freaking stole my body right now? Who freaking started this video? How dare I freaking forget my favorite book? What the frick? This is just telling you I have a clone, and they obviously didn't know a lot about me because I would never forget the Hunger Games. Okay, it's saved to my list. Thank God I added the Hunger Games. I'm such a freaking idiot. The beginning of this video was not Peyton Reads. It was Peyton Demon. Demon Peyton. Okay, back to things as normal. Obviously, Harry Potter is in God tier. I really enjoy those books. Next, we have the Infernal Devices trilogy, which if you've watched my Cassandra Clare tier ranking video, you know I am a stan for this series. So definitely God tier. It deserves everything ever. I love those characters dearly. Next, we have the Selection series. I was such trash for this in middle school. I thought it was the best thing ever. It was one of the first young adult series that I read. But for now, I'm gonna have to put it at average because it's nostalgic and delicious for me. And I would love to do a reread reading vlog series for these books because I feel like I'd have lots of thoughts. But if I'm looking at them critically, it's pretty average. But they were so delicious at the same time. It's pretty much like The Bachelor, but with a prince, and I'm trash for The Bachelor, so I've been watching that since elementary school. Next, we have the Darkest Minds trilogy by Alexander Bracken. I've only read the first 2 books because I really did not enjoy it, unfortunately. I feel bad if I call it trash because I met this author twice and she is super nice, but honestly, the 2nd book was so incredibly boring for me that I just have terrible memories of it, so I'm just gonna put trash, and I'm so sorry if you love those. It just wasn't for me for some reason. Next we have Dumpling. I included this because it is a companion duology, so I just thought I'd put it in there. Why not? Brittany's about to kill me, but I think it's pretty average. Like, it didn't hit me as hard as I wanted it to. I really enjoyed the movie though, but the book overall, like, neither one of them really did it for me that much. I am sorry. Next, what we have here, a lot of you guys probably don't know what this is. It is the Walking Dead comic book series. There's a whole bunch of those, and I've pretty much read all of it. I haven't read some of the most recent ones. It recently ended, so I haven't probably read the last like 20 or so comic books, but I have them. Just haven't let myself read them because I'm upset. And I love this shit, so I'm probably gonna put it in elite because The Walking Dead's my favorite show, and I read the comics because of it, and I really enjoyed the comics. So I have to put it at least in elite because it's a big part of my life, and I get really emo about it. I love the main character, Rick Grimes. It's too much. I just can't even talk about it. Next, we have Heartstopper. This is a graphic novel series that is ongoing. I've read the first 3 that are out, and I love it so much to the point where it's gonna be a god tier. Like, it's reached that level. It's just so pure and makes me so genuinely happy that I cannot help but put it up there. If it makes me that happy, it deserves to be godly. That is how I'm going to explain it to myself. Next, we have the Divergent Trilogy. After looking at it throughout the past few years, it's pretty average to me. I feel like a lot of us have felt that way over the years as we just keep reading that those weren't as good as we originally thought it was. I'm sorry, I've met that author multiple times as well, so I feel bad. Next, we have the Ember and the Ashes series. I've read the first 2. I still need to read the 3rd one, and the 4th one's coming out, I think, this year. I think these are pretty good. I didn't really like the 2nd one as much as I liked the 1st one, but it might be because I listened to the audiobook. I kind of want to reread them so I can get back into it, but for now I'm just going to put it at good. I think they're really enjoyable. The first one especially, I was really into that one, so definitely recommend those. I just need to get back into them. Next, we have the Geekarella contemporary companion novels. I'm counting this as well because I enjoy them. Dang, I really love the first one, but the second one isn't like a favorite of all time, so I think I'm just going to put it at good because I really enjoy it, but like I don't think it's like my die-hard favorite books of all time. Next, we have the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare. I have a deep love for this, and just putting this series as a whole, we gotta put it at least elite because I love the Shadowhunters Chronicles and it deserves this, at least coming from me. Next, we have the Shadow Falls series, and this is pretty much my version of Twilight that I read in middle school. It is a trashy paranormal romance thing, and I really want to reread it for a reading vlog to see if it's as trashy as I think it actually is. But for me, I'm gonna put it at average because I loved that shit so much. It's so nostalgic for me, and I feel like I'd laugh my ass off if I reread it about just the craziness that ensues in that book, but just because the special place in my heart for it, gotta put it at least average. You lied to me. What did I lie to him about? What did he say? I'm saying what? Let's just wait for his answer to that because I'm not really sure what he's talking about. He's actually supposed to be at Barnes & Noble right now buying a book for himself for the first time in his life. Next, we have the Shatter Me series, which I am trash for this, so we're gonna have to put it in God tier because I love this shit. Here's the Warcross duology by Marie Lu. I really enjoyed these books, but I'm gonna have to just put them at good because the second one wasn't as good as the first one, and I just don't feel like it's at elite status for me. Then we have Cinder, part of the Lunar Chronicles. I love the Lunar Chronicles so much. Let them see it. Peyton Reads is a liar. I don't know what I lied about. So I wish he just used communication to freaking let me know. I went looking in the YA section and didn't see Percy Jackson. Oh my god, that's true. Percy Jackson is in the middle grade section. I told him to go in the YA section. I am a freaking loser. The Lunar Chronicles is gonna go in elite, but it's so very, very close to God tier. But one of the books I gave 4 stars. Next, we have the Arc of the Scythedom trilogy. I've read the first 2 books. I enjoyed it a lot, but not nearly as much as other people seem to be honest. So I'm just gonna put it at good, because it is good, but I don't think I enjoy it as much as other people. Then we have the Fifth Wave trilogy, another one that I read the first 2 books, and I never read the final one, and honestly, I really enjoy the first book. It's pretty good, but overall, I think it's gonna be average for now, unless I reread it one day and get really mad at myself for saying this, but I mean, that first book was good. Just now, I feel like it's average. I don't know. Here is the Heroes of the Olympus series. It is the prequel series to the Percy Jackson series. And honestly, I really enjoy these books. They're not like my favorite of all time or anything, but I think I'll just put it in good. Then we have the Land of Stories series. I've only read the first 2 books, but I really enjoyed them. And I think they're fantastic. So I really need to continue them. So we're gonna put it in good. Here's the Percy Jackson series, the original series. Really enjoy these books. They got me through some hard times. So I very much appreciate them. But I don't think they're an elite for me. Julia, don't freaking kill me. It's just how I feel. Next we have the Carville Trilogy. Haven't read the final book, but I read the first 2. I enjoyed these a lot, but honestly, I gotta feel like it's going in average. But I still enjoy it. But I don't think it's like crazy special or anything. The second one, I think I gave like 4 stars or something. Next we have the Dark Artifices Trilogy. This is another Shadowhunter Chronicles book. I really enjoyed this trilogy. So I feel like we have to put it at elite. Like, this is Cassandra Clare. I love some Cassandra Clare. Here's the Series of Unfortunate Events. I read this as a kid. I never finished them all, but I got really far. I think they're great. They're very nostalgic for me. So I gotta put it in at least good. I really want to eventually finish this series, but we'll see if that ever happens. Oh my god. So Brett said he had to ask someone at Barnes & Noble in his army uniform where the Percy Jackson books, and he got led to the kids section. And he felt really stupid. That's actually hilarious to think about. Poor Brett. Next, we have the Cruel Prince Trilogy. This I really enjoy. So, elite. It's super fun for me. I love those books. Now we have the A Court of Thorns and Roses Trilogy. Another thing I really freaking enjoy. So, elites. I can't help myself. Throne of Glass. Elite. I once again can't help myself. Then we have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I've read the first 2 books, and they're just okay. I wish I found them more entertaining, but I thought they were really boring. I'm sorry. What the frick, Macy? What did you just drop? So now we're down to our final 2 books. We have The Unwind Dystology by Neil Shusterman. I've read the first 2 books. I enjoyed it, but I feel like it's average. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the master of all books, the godly of the godliest people, The Hunger Games. We made it. It is in God tier, as one would all assume coming from me. So this is my tier list. I generally like books. So, okay and trash, barely have anything in there. Look at that. Look at that. Let me know how you feel about my tier list down below. And if you like these books, if you agree, if you disagree, let me know. Like this video, comment down below. Have a good day. Please subscribe. Make sure to follow all my social medias, which are linked down below. And go click the bell button, which is right by the subscribe button, which you should have already clicked. And goodbye.